Welcome to East by West Farms. Here we grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Today we're going to build an outdoor kitchen. We were planning to build the outdoor kitchen after we finished the chicken coop. We got quite a lot of rain in the last 2 months or so, and the area around the chicken coop is pretty muddy, so it's not a good idea to build it around, step in the mud and build the chicken coop. Another thing is that everybody know that we are kind of in a very unusual time. Lots of people get confined in the home because of the COVID-19. We actually got some requests to say if we will do cooking classes. So that's a good idea to have an outdoor kitchen so that we can shoot some home-style cooking videos. The kitchen that we were going to build actually is going to have 3 parts. One part is a workstation that we will build from clay and with a wok. It's going to be a wood-burning stove, so we can use it for cooking and also use it to make biochar for gardening. Another part is kind of a counter that for preparing and washing dishes, cutting and those kind of things, and also will double up as outdoor a picnic table. The third part is a sink, which is we're not going to have running water or hook up to the sewage. So it will have running water, basically come by a hose, and then collect the gray water using 5-gallon bucket, and then recycle the gray water for compost or for gardening. We have these 3 sections, so it's going to take more than 1 video to shoot the whole process. We will release a series of videos. I don't know how many of them, but probably 4 or 5 of them to show how to build this outdoor kitchen from the beginning to the end. This is the design of the outdoor kitchen. We arrange the workstation, the sink, and the counter in an L shape. We're going to build the countertop and the sink station using 2x4s. For the workstation, we're going to just use clay and build a rocket stove for that. You have the wok over here. You have this L shape firebox that's typical for rocket stove. In here is that we also have an outer kind of a post-combustion chamber that make the rocket stove more efficient, and then the chimney come out here. The wood come in from the side, and it burns, the flames come up to the wok, come around into this post-combustion chamber, and then come out of the chimney. And underneath the firebox, of course, we have ash chamber to collect the ash. This is a top view of the workstation. So you have the wok, and then that is where the fire comes in, and then the chimney come out.
We've got an old wok that we're using for the outdoor kitchen. Now I could just cut some 2x4s and screw them together with decking screws, and that would probably work. I'm a bit concerned that the clay is going to be too heavy, and that's not going to last for more than half a year or so. So what I decided to do, I decided to rest the horizontal beams on the legs like that. So I cut out a notch in the leg, and the 2x4s rest on the legs like that. And then I have another one that goes, how did this go? That goes like this here. And it has the other direction. 9 inches long. There we go. Mark it out. Cut it up. Whoops. So those are the pieces where the horizontal bars are supported with. I laminate them together, 2 legs, so those are 2 2x4s, 8 inches long. Then I put together to get a leg. Okay. 2x4, 3.5. I just take an old saw and cut along the line. It's a bit of a short piece, so I clamp it down to the workbench. Makes it a lot easier. I guess the clamp is not tight. And finally a cross cut. When laminating the legs, it's important, or it's useful, to look at the direction of the grain. You always want to have the grain facing inside, so how the tree would have been growing. I've got the legs cut out, I've got the notches in the legs, I've got the supports. You know, these things, the horizontal bars, I still need to notch them in. But just want to show you how that is assembled. So I've got 2 2x4s that are cut out, and the support rides here on the shoulder of the notches, so I can secure them with screws here and here, and all the force goes through the wood, so the screws really just hold it in place and are not structural members. I'm going to put a plywood on top before we put the clay oven, or before we build the clay oven. To support the plywood, I put horizontal bars. Now I'm going to notch them in. I'm going to cut them out about, there's a 1.5 inch wide, so 3/4 of an inch here. Make a notch 3/4 of an inch here, and then just drop them in. Better way to do that would be, of course, to cut a tenon and a mortise in here. It's going to take a little bit longer. I don't really want to spend that much time. So I think a notch will be okay. So I cut the horizontal pieces, cut out a notch here, or a half tenon. And the next thing I need to do is cut the notches in the vertical bars. Yeah, so I'm not going to use tenon. I just cut a notch right here. Been cutting the edge of the notch with a saw. Just take a regular old chisel and chisel it out. Alright, it fits. That fits alright too. Probably take a little bit off on the top. Got 4 legs, and I make sure that I don't mess them up because they are different depending which part of the table they are at. And I think I'm seeing a problem here. Yeah, this is not right. Uh-oh. This one needs to go here. That one goes, okay, that's okay. This one goes here, that one goes here. Okay. Yep. Now I'm really just screwing them together with decking screws and pre-drill the holes, of course. So the next thing is to assemble the side and then put the cross members in. Okay. Not bad at all. Okay. We'll get the sides together now. All right. Okay, that is not bad at all. Final one. Okay. All right. Okay, well, the last step is to put a top on this little table. I've got a construction grade plywood here, marked out the sides. Don't have power here, so I can't really use a circular saw, so I'll just use a cheap hand saw that we bought at, I think, the Home Depot or some box store. All right. Number one. I bet that's a lot faster than setting up a generator, getting gasoline, getting fuel, doing maintenance on the generator, hooking up power cord, getting a circular saw out, getting a template, marking it out. By that time, I'm probably done with a little hand saw. The last step is to screw the plywood onto the table support. Now I need to be cognizant of wood movement. Plywood is very stable because it has plies. The solid wood moves with moisture. So what I'm going to do, I put 2 screws right here in the middle, screw them here tight, and the other screws I'm going to have some long holes here so that the wood can move relative to the top. I'm going to put a few screws on the corner just to make sure it doesn't bow and delaminate. And pre-drill, pre-drill. And voila, one table.
This will be the part one of the outdoor kitchen building process. First, we design the outdoor kitchen and change the design accordingly to the orientation of the barn. Then build the stand for the workstation. The next step is to build the clay workstation on top of the stand that we just built. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumb up button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. If you have not done so, please hit the subscribe button to follow our journey with the East by West Farms.